So if you're in search of the best window manager based Linux distribution for Raspberry Pi 4, then this video is the one you must watch. Now this is MX Linux 21 Fluxbox edition running on Raspberry Pi 4. It is a stable, fast, and fun OS for Raspberry Pi 4 and Pi 3. The main goal of MX Linux is to be a lightweight and elegant. Hey, what's up guys, my name is KSK Ryle. This is a quick overview of MX Linux running on Raspberry Pi 4. Also at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to install. So make sure to watch this video until the end without any confusion. Alright, so this is my Raspberry Pi 4 running MX Linux from SSD. The moment you log in into MX, you would be greeted to the very minimal desktop powered by Fluxbox. And for those who don't know, Fluxbox is a window manager for X11 systems that provide things like background images, virtual desktops, application menus, and window border decorations. Now keep in mind, this is not a full-fledged desktop environment and relies on a component of it that uses a less RAM and system resources. Now this indeed is going to speed up the overall desktop experience on a single board computer. The default home screen also looks very neat and clean. Now to the left, you can see a vertical stack that resembles to be a dock. Now this holds a space for very important applications like File Manager, browser, settings, and more. At the bottom of the desktop, you can see there is a toolbar. Now by default, it shows all the windows on the desktop. Now according to its configuration, the user can define what windows are shown. You can see there are two workspaces. Now each application you open will sit on the workspace. The toolbar also contains helpful tools such as the current workspace name, the system tray, and some buttons to switch between workspaces and windows. Now on the bottom left, there is an MX logo, which is known as the start menu that shows all of the installed applications on the system and is categorized in order. Now this way you can easily find any application from here. Now MX Linux with Fluxbox also supports a widget to be placed on the home screen. Right-clicking on the desktop brings up the menu, then select Appearance and choose Conky. Now Conky Manager lets you place a different style of widgets on the home screen that shows information like CPU, RAM usage, and network speeds, and more. Now these are the pre-installed widgets. Now tapping on each widget shows the preview at the bottom. Now this way you can glance through each widget and decide to add it to the home screen. Now MX Linux comes with a lot of pre-installed applications which include a browser, email, file browser, VLC player, Pulse audio player, LibreOffice, MX Tools, and more. Now pressing the super key on your keyboard opens the launch bar. From here, you can quickly search for any application you need. Now, these apps let you kickstart with MX Linux and you need not to worry about anything. Now, everything is bundled just like a normal desktop environment. Since MX is a Debian based, you can use apt or GUI package manager to install any application you need. Just go ahead, fire up the App Store, and here search for any application you need. Now let's search for GIMP. Now once you find it, tap on it and apply the changes to start installing GIMP. Now it's that easy. You can also use the terminal to download a bunch of packages like Node.js, Git, C compiler, JDK, and more. Now, overall, I would say if you're the one who prefers a minimal desktop with powerful window manager support, then MX Linux Fluxbox Edition is the one you must give it a shot. It uses a very few system resources and runs super smooth without any hiccups. Now, unlike Raspberry Pi OS, MX is more powerful, light, and optimized very well for Fluxbox to run as best as it can be. With that being said, it's time to show you guys how to install MX Linux 21 on Raspberry Pi 4. Now these are the things you need: a Raspberry Pi 4 or Pi 3, a computer running Windows, Mac OS or Linux-based operating system, 32GB plus Class 10 micro SD or 64GB or higher SSD for installing the operating system, a high watt power adapter for overclocking, mini HDMI cable, keyboard, monitor, and mouse. Now using your computer, go ahead, open your browser. The first link in the description will take you to this page. Now from this page, you can download the MX Linux 21 for Raspberry Pi 4. Now, once it's done downloading, save it on your computer. Next up, head over to this link and download the Balena HR and install it. Now connect the SD card or SSD to the computer. Now in my case, I'm using a 120GB SSD. Then I'm going to open Balena HR. Here, import MX Linux image file. Then select your drive and burn the image. This should take some time. Sit back and relax. Now once it's done, eject the USB drive and reconnect back to the computer. MX Linux supports overclocking the CPU. I'm going to edit the config file inside the boot folder by adding these lines at the bottom. Now this is going to stretch the Raspberry Pi 4 to use the full power of the CPU and GPU. This indeed is going to bring up a huge performance boost. Now keep in mind, overclocking is recommended if you have a CPU cooler installed, and also you need to provide proper power supply to run the Raspberry Pi 4. If you don't know what you're doing, skip this step. Now that's it. Once it's done, save the changes. Now connect the SSD, HDMI cable, keyboard, mouse, Ethernet cable, and turn on the Raspberry Pi 4. Now for some time, you can see the welcome screen of MX Linux. The default username is Pi and the password is Raspberry. Now first things first, go ahead and open Raspi configuration tool. Then under the display, make sure to enable a pixel doubling. Now this is going to make MX Linux look much better on the high resolution monitors. You can also tweak the system by enabling SSH, VNC, and more. Now once it's done, restart the Raspberry Pi to effect these changes. And that's it. This is how you install MX Linux on your Raspberry Pi 4 or Pi 3. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. So if in case you like this video, hit the thumbs up button down there, and don't forget to subscribe this channel and consider hitting the bell icon to receive the post notifications whenever I upload a new video. Thanks for watching this video. It's been KSK Royal. I will see you in my next one. Peace.